Good morning and welcome to the Survival to Thrival 5 Days to Thrive training with Trinity Baker. I am a mindset coach and motivational speaker. This is a 5-day training where I teach you 5 different tools in order to get your life on track from survival mode, which looks different for everyone, to thrival mode, which also looks different for everyone. As a mindset coach, I take many of these tools and help my clients with accountability and support and different perspective to implement all of these tools, many of them. And it truly takes their life from survival mode to thrival mode. So let's get started with today's topic, which is how to take your mindset from survival mode to thrival mode. Every single one of these days, we will be touching base on different topics, such as how to take your routine from survival mode to thrival mode, how to take your relationships from survival mode to thrival mode, and many other things. But today we're going to talk about mindset because mindset is the foundation to everything that we build. It is the foundation to our entire lives. So if let's say our relationships are on the first floor of our home of life, and our foundation, which is our mindset and our emotions and our feelings and our healing and our growth, the foundation is cracked. There's no point in building on floor 1, where our relationships and our health and our routines are, if our foundation is cracked. So we must start at our foundation, which is our mindset. So today I'm going to give you a couple of tips, tricks, and tools to help you regain control of your mindset from emotions or from thoughts. You know, those thoughts, those pesky thoughts that you're like, I really don't even want to be thinking this. I know that these thoughts do not serve me at all whatsoever. You know, those emotions where you're like, oh, I feel really crappy. How do we turn those thoughts and emotions around? So, tool number 1 is really identifying who you want to be even more of. What type of person do you want to be even more of? And then, in these moments where you have the awareness that these are thoughts that you don't want to be thinking and these are feelings that you don't want to be feeling, ask yourself, how can I be even more of my true self right now? And take the time to really sit there and think, how can I be even more of my true self right now? So let's put this one to the test. Let's say it is summertime and you are at a barbecue with some family and some friends, and we all have that family member who just tries to poke us a little bit, right? Intentionally or unintentionally, they are triggering for us. And so that family member or friend, whoever it is, can trigger some pretty not supportive thoughts and emotions in us. And if you can step away and think to yourself and say to yourself, how can I be even more my true self right now? You're going to build up the awareness and the strength to say, my true self is not allowing this person to alter who I am. It's not allowing this person to minimize me, and I'm going to show up as my best self right now, in control of my emotions and in control of my thoughts, knowing that they don't control those things. I do. Another tool that I want to give you is, what are you focusing on? It's called a focus check. So a lot of times this helps immediately, not only personally, but with a lot of my clients, which is when you are feeling a bad thought, you're feeling a bad emotion. So whatever you label as bad, right? So those feelings of anxiety, overwhelmed, stress, maybe you're having some catastrophic feelings and thinking, or maybe you're frustrated, angry, resentful. I want you to ask yourself, when you start to feel those feelings, that's your body's alarm saying, whoa, something's got to shift here. So here's where you focus check yourself and you ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Bring awareness to what you are focusing on. Ask yourself, does it serve you? And then ask yourself, what else can I be focusing on here? Let me give you an example. Let's say you're having a difficult moment with your kiddo or your spouse, and the things are just heated, and you find yourself thinking a lot of thoughts that are sort of that what if or that catastrophic. thoughts of like, what if my kiddo grows up to be a serial killer or a drug addict, or grows up not having respect for people, and that kiddo is like 4 years old, and you are taking this situation where they are showing you disrespect and you are totally catastrophically thinking about this thought, right? And that's causing feelings. Or what if you and your spouse are in a disagreement and you are totally taking that thought, that feeling, that disagreement to catastrophic levels? What if we divorce? What if we are not together for the rest of our lives? And so when we get into this spiral, we are just continuously surrendering our mindset. Like, we are letting control, we are letting thoughts and feelings just completely take control in this moment. So when you refocus and ask yourself, all right, I'm feeling crappy. What am I focusing on? You start to bring the awareness that you're focusing on something that in this moment is not the question. In the moment is, how do we get through this moment, just like the first tool I just taught you, as our best selves? Well, our best selves is going to communicate. Our best selves are probably going to take a quick break so that we can get out of this catastrophic thinking and feelings. Maybe we're going to use a journal so that we can journal some of these feelings out. Maybe we're going to take a walk. Regardless, what is a way that you can get out of that thinking? So refocus. It's called refocus. So ask yourself, what am I focusing on? And then decide, how can you refocus those thoughts into the moment as your best self? So in those two situations, you're going to take a breather, number one. Number two, you're going to communicate. You're going to come up with a plan, right? And you're going to probably journal. That's something that I would suggest you do as a client or myself, is that I'm going to journal these feelings out and really ask, like, are these true feelings? How can I move forward with these feelings? How can we move forward in action with what's going on in this moment as my best self? So you now have a handful of mindset tools that will allow you to regain control and create that awareness of your mindset. So when your mindset is not in your control, you now have some tools to use so that you can regain control of your mindset. And so survival to thrival. Thrival is being in control of the mindset, right? Now notice that I never said that this is going to stop the argument with you and your spouse, that this is going to stop the disrespect from your kiddo, that this is going to stop the family member from triggering you. It will stop eventually, the family member from triggering you. These things won't be so catastrophic. So that we can actually do the healing that is causing these really negative thoughts and feelings that don't serve you. But these are ways that you can regain control, and you can use them literally anytime. So I have clients who are getting super frustrated when they're driving. They're using these tools. Super challenging kiddos, they're using these tools. Challenging environments at work, they're using these tools. And as we regain more control of our mindset, which you will find this week if you're using these tools, this is where coaching and accountability comes in. If you're not able to implement these tools yourself, reach out. I'm here to support you. But it is so important to harness the power of these tools if you really want to go from survival to thrival. This is one of the 5 tools, some mindset tools, one of the 5 toolboxes that I'm going to give you this week. And for the rest of the week, we're going to be focusing on routine and health, movement, making sure that you are becoming your best, healthiest self. We're going to talk about routine, how to get out of that survival mode in routine. We're going to talk about relationships and all kinds of other good stuff. So implement your mindset tools. These are 2 really quick and easy things that you can use in the moment without anyone even knowing, my friends. You have a choice. You can stay in these really crappy feelings that are just domino affecting your entire life and keeping you in survival mode, or you can use the tools that I taught you one by one step at a time, 1 millimeter shifts. Even if you use these tools once a day, and the next week is twice a day, and the week after is 3 times a day, your entire life will shift. Join me tomorrow for your second tool in your survival to thrival.